If your social media feels more like shouting into the void than bringing in sales, this episode is for you.
We're breaking down the content funnel that turns casual scrollers into loyal buyers without sounding like a car salesman.
Let's start by ditching the scary marketing jargon. When we say a content funnel, we're talking about how your audience moves from stranger to follower to customer.
Almost think of it like dating. You don't propose on the first date and you don't pitch a sale on the first scroll.
Exactly. That would be kind of cringe if
Very
someone
scary.
proposed on first date. So let's break down that typical sales funnel. So a lot of times you'll hear people say top of funnel or TOF, middle of funnel or MOF, or bottom of funnel or BOF. We use those terms almost daily at Goat Social. So top of funnel is going to be your awareness, and content for top of funnel that's good is going to be your reels, your carousels, shareable tips, trending audio, relatable content, but there's really no sales pitch in the top of funnel. It's more education, more entertainment. You're not trying to sell or push something. That middle funnel will be more the consideration. So maybe some more deep dives. You'll have testimonials, behind the scenes, frequently asked questions, but you're not pushing, for one flat fee of $9.99, yada, yada. It's still
Car sales.
Exactly. It's still in the middle. Then bottom of funnel is the conversion. That's where you want a clear offer. That's where there should be no ifs, ands, or buts if it's an offer or not. So it needs to be very, very direct, very black and white. This is where you'll use those limited time promotions, direct call to actions, book now, purchase now. And on social media, you almost want to do 80-20 or even 90-10. That's the percentage breakdown of middle of funnel versus bottom of funnel content. You don't need every post to say buy now, sell now. It's just
Limited
too
time
much.
offer.
Yes. And if you're running ads, a lot of times we'll run ads only bottom of funnel. We'll do some top of funnel to get that awareness. But if we have a tight budget, we'll really push the organic as the top of funnel and then the ads as the bottom of funnel. And they really work cohesively well together.
Here's where most brands mess it up. They skip the foreplay and go straight to the close.
Exactly. People are not just going to buy something because you said to buy it. You have to really warm them up. Your job at the top of the funnel is to earn their trust. And then the job at the funnel is to make that yes easy. If they already have your trust, if they already know what you're doing, you're selling, and they know who you are, it's going to be an easy sell.
Once someone's ready to make a decision at the bottom of the funnel, your job switches to removing friction. Salesy isn't about making an offer. It's about making the wrong offer at the wrong time. Overposting discount makes you look desperate.
Exactly. And sometimes it's the same percentage or scare tactic, get it while you can, limited time only, which, can be short, but it causes distrust because we see that a lot. Or it's like if you saw a plaza or a store saying going out of business or closing sale and they're never closing. There's just a specific business I can think of on Las Olas right now where it's always under new ownership, everything must go. It's been that way since I moved to Fort Lauderdale.
And Boca Town Center.
Yes,
the same store.
So you don't trust them or you're not going to take action. I'm not running down to that store at Las Olas because I know it's still going to be there tomorrow. So you don't really want to sound cheap, cheesy, or salesy.
There's another brand also I see, and for the last quarter of the year, I saw them with the same discount, limited time sale, XYZ. This only happens once a year, and it happened 3 times back to back.
Yeah, they're
now
overdoing it. Exactly. So that hard sell to cold audiences or people who are just not interested is a waste of effort, a waste of signs, a waste of marketing, and they're ignoring the nurture phase. Your audience forgets before they're even ready to buy. You want them to be all in. For example, we have a lot of real estate clients. Not necessarily how often do people buy a home or look for a home or move? Not that often. So with that client, exactly. So with those kind of clients, we try to have them nurture by being a point of resource. The newest restaurants that are opening, what's going on in the area. If people follow them because they offer so much, and then maybe in hopes down the line when they're ready to buy or sell their home, they'll think of them. And that's nurturing that audience. We're not saying every day, let me sell your home. Let me get you the best price.
Buy now.
Yes, I'll sell your home in 10 days. That would just not be helpful because then when it's time to buy, they're going to forget who you are.
They're really channeling that top of funnel and almost putting to aside the bottom of funnel because like we said, like we don't need a CTA for a realtor really, buy now. Maybe contact me to learn more, but we don't always need buy now because you're not always buying a house.
Exactly. The call to action can literally just be building those relationships. People are 4 times more likely to buy from someone they feel connected to or know personally. I think we see that even with our own agency at Goat Social Media. Most of our clients, they're not just a cold client. They are someone who knows you or I. They're someone who we've met in the office, we've worked with, people who, yes, a lot of referrals, word of mouth. And a lot of those referrals and word of mouth are actually following us on social media first. They're eyeing and seeing if we want to work with, do I want to work with Kassie? Do I want to work with Goat Social Media? And we're never selling. There's never a point on our own social media where we're saying, work with us, or hire us. We're giving out tips. We're showing that we're experts. We're building authority. But it's one of those that people want to know, okay, I like them. I trust them. Then I'll work with them.
Even myself as a consumer, I will always follow brands that I admire or love before I even bought from them, just because I just always admire the aesthetic and vibe. And then one day they'll post an item that I love. And I'm like, okay, now I'm ready to purchase this item.
Definitely. And if you're worried about being salesy, you want to focus on service over selling. You want to teach your audience something. You want to inspire them, maybe solve a problem before you even ask for the big commitment. A lot of times people talk about content as edutainment. So it's education, entertainment together. It's that edutainment. People are following, they're learning, they're gaining something from you. And then maybe down the line, they'll want to use you.
It's not about hiding the sale. It's about making sure it feels natural. When done right, social media becomes less about selling and more about guiding your audience from interest to decision-making naturally.
Definitely. So with our clients, we have a content funnel that we use. And those 3 steps are attract, engage, convert. The attract level is, like I said, edutainment. Entertaining and educating with those top of funnel hooks. Then that middle is sharing stories. We do a lot of testimonials, a lot of reviews. We're showing authority and we're building rapport. And then that bottom would be the urgency, the social proof, and the clarity in the call to action or CTA.
For example, a blog turns into a carousel, or maybe the carousel turns into a reel, email newsletter, which is where you can close your deal, and promo post, and then your sale, which go hand in hand.
Exactly. And like you said, that one blog or carousel can really go down into a bunch of different content formats, still hit all the funnels, but it's not being pushy. And you're just warming up that sale. HubSpot, they came up with something called the Flywheel model versus the content funnel, because HubSpot said, really, social media content is not just a funnel anymore. It's more of a flywheel. It's always going. On the outside of the flywheel, the big circle, you have strangers, prospects, customers, promoters. Then inside it, you're attracting your strangers to become prospects. So you're showing people this is, the shiny object. How you move them from stranger to then prospect is you're getting them to engage. Maybe they like a post. Maybe they become a follower, like you said, and they're lurking and they're seeing, what's out there.
Dipping their toe in the water.
You move from that prospect to customer when they go from engage to then delight. So they're engaging and now they're going the next step. So not just engaging, creeping slowly. Maybe they're sharing it. Maybe they're making a purchase. It goes to that delight phase because now they're on that next level. They become really, truly like a brand leader. And they say promoter because that person's going to say, oh, I just ordered this top from XYZ. You have to get it too. Or I'm going to send a friend, how cute this outfit is, or this OOTD, outfit of the day. And then you're becoming almost their promoter. So that's where that comes into play. And that's how the growth grows. So you have to think of everyone as a stranger. You can't think of everyone on social media is your potential customer because it's going to get dwindled down. You're not going to have all those people go with you to the next step, but maybe you'll have some. So you have to think of it as a continuous loop. And then even once you've done that, so even once you've become a customer or promoter, or like you said, you've bought something from a brand you've been following for a while, it's not enough for that to be done. Then you have to keep engaging them. Yes, because social media is so overcrowded. Brands are posting, by the minute, by the second. It can be overwhelming. So you have to also keep it up. And when it comes to this flywheel that we're talking about, you can repurpose a lot of the content to match where it needs to be in the funnel. So a reel might grab someone's attention, but maybe from that reel, you can run an ad to grow your email base. Or maybe you can say, DM us for a coupon code. And when they get that coupon code, then you're sending them a link to close that deal. You can kind of like interact in many different ways from one piece of content, but you want to make sure that you're warming up that audience and you're not just, here's this shirt, buy it. And then from there, you want to use trackable tools. So you can do web codes or UTMs to see where people are coming from. You can use coupon codes or checkout codes, unique to each effort. So one for Instagram, one for Facebook, one for ads, one for TikTok, one for not. And then you can also track just within the apps itself. So TikTok Shop is growing, and a lot of people are loving to see what sales are coming just from TikTok Shop. But you want to make sure it's trackable. You want to make sure that your funnel is not just a funnel because, or it's not just a flywheel because. You want to make sure that customers are going through. And then sometimes you might even see when you're checking out or doing a survey, or if you're talking to like a service provider, and maybe it's not a product you can buy, but it's someone you work with, they might ask you, how did you hear about us? And then that's when you'll know and you'll start to track, oh, wow, they heard about us from social media, or, oh, wow, they've been a follower for a year or two and now they're ready.
And that's why we say to measure and optimize your social efforts, because at the beginning of the new month, we're pulling all of this information, this data, and utilizing what's working, what's not. And what's working, we're aiming to implement it in the coming months forward.
Exactly. And I think a lot of business overcomplicate this. They don't really understand. They just say, oh, we need sales, or we need sales yesterday. And they become so desperate for sales, they're missing all of these funnels. And they used to say that, someone had to see a message, I don't know, about 8 to 10 times to make a purchase. I think in the world of media we live in now, it's like triple that, because you have things coming at you, not just from the phone, but on the radio, TV,
in all directions,
ads on your computer. I mean, everything has an ad or a sponsored post to it, or everything has some sort of brand shouting out around it.
If you have to ask, where's my audience in this relationship right now, you'll know what type of content you'll need.
Yes. And you don't have to overthink it, like I said, overcomplicate it. You can repurpose a lot of that content. We talked about a blog to a reel to a carousel. When you're repurposing the content, it's not just about saving time, but it's also about strategically repeating the message. People need to hear it a couple different times in a couple different ways. Just because something is great for your health or great for the environment, maybe you can also say, so why? Why is it great for your health? Why is it great for the environment? Then what does it do? What are the effects? How does, give me a real person who also had that and, has a great success rate. You can say the same thing 10 different ways, repurpose that same piece of content, and it might take someone hearing it the fourth way to be like, oh, I get it. I'll be a customer now.
And repeating it those 10 times really build on brand consistency.
Exactly. So if you feel like your content's all over the place, start mapping it to a funnel. Really make sure every post has a purpose, and then looking at the percentage of the funnel. So if you're looking at a month calendar, for example, like we do with an agency, a lot of times we break it into a month. We want to make sure that of that month, if there's 12 to 15 posts, maybe only 4 of them are bottom of funnel and the rest are top of funnel and middle of funnel. Really looking at it and being strategic.
Educational, entertainment, rather than buy now, limited time offer. Can be sleazy, boring, and in that aspect, redundant. Like no one needs to hear that multiple times.
Yes. And if your audience feels like they're part of the brand or part of the decision, or they feel informed, they're not just going to buy from you. They'll thank you. They'll become a really big partner of yours.
Your social media strategy has to be strategic. And when you nail your funnel, your audience doesn't want to just buy from you. They'll thank you.
Yes, exactly. If this helped you see your content in a new way, share this episode, tag us, and tell us which part of the funnel are you going to focus on next.